I had the digital team. My primary background is digital marketing. I had the Delhi unit of OgilvyOne, and the kind of clients we work with are actually a very broad spectrum. There's everything from luxury to mass. We work with BMW, with American Express, with Dabur, Honda, Kohler. We also work with the Ministry of Skills and Development. So it's quite a wide range of clients. There are, I think, one primary trend that I look at, and that is influence. Marketing has changed from being about broadcast to being about influence, from the standpoint that whether it's a political party or it's a brand or it's actually even a NGO, everybody has to create some amount of influence and opinion, and it's that opinion that finally gets carried forward in what people perceive about the cause or the mission or the brand objective and so on. So, and is that used in the right way or the wrong way? Maybe currently it's become a little commoditized, where you look at influencers on social media and then people are tweeting about certain things, or putting up posts on Facebook about certain things. But I think that's really the current way in which it's being done. The fact is that marketing today has changed from being broadcast to influence, and influence increasingly is a bigger part than the broadcast. So that's the one key trend I'd like to highlight. One of the things that emerged was the growth of mobile. Now, we've been talking about mobile growth from, I think, about 10 years. 10 years back, when I used to attend conferences, we used to say next year is a big year of mobile. So I think last year we finally stopped saying that, and we said mobile has arrived, or mobile is here. And the way that marketers are using mobile today ranges from just pure play display to actually how can you do interesting things and engagement on the mobile platform. That has a big role to play, not only in the urban environment but also in the rural environment. You've seen examples of Unilever using Kaan Khajura Teshan, and there are many other ways in which brands have reached out using a mobile platform. So, and that carries forward into this year, because this year you're going to see a very different version of what mobile is. So actually I'll start by talking about the fact that one of the big trends we will see in 2016 is wearables. Now, wearables is already, of course, in India and internationally also, but the kind of push that companies are today putting into wearables is not just about fitness or about health. So, for example, L'Oreal has just launched a little patch that you can put on your skin that will then connect to a mobile app and tells you what is your UV exposure. Right? So that's an interesting way of using the technology or using IoT into something that's a functional benefit, but it's being done by a brand. So I think wearables is one thing that we're going to see a lot of growth in. In India, you have already in the area of fitness, Indian companies that are doing that. But that's also going to play out into, for example, from a health standpoint, you have an app that can measure your diabetes levels and so on. So all of those, but translated into how does it work with an Apple Watch or a wearable device that's coming out by you or by any other company. The second trend for 2016 is really the way that video is going to be used. Now, video already exists. There's a lot of work that's already been done in video. But what's changing now is with the launch of VR, with the launch of the way that drones are used to sort of shoot video content, the way we use video content is changing. So it's becoming much richer. Facebook and Google now allow you a 360 video experience. That changes from the way the internet has predominantly been about visual content, whether it's image or video, to how strongly video gets more integrated. That's the second. And from the mobile standpoint, I think what's interesting is that, and the way that mobile is being used today, one is that micropayments are going to be a game changer from a brand perspective. So imagine that if a consumer wants to avail of a brand offer or something, they just need to make a quick micropayment, which could be enabled on social media, it could be enabled via an app. It's much simpler to do it, and it's much easier to do it even for brands like in the FMCG space, where typically it talks about going to a store for distribution. That's the one aspect of mobile. The second aspect of the way that mobile is going to be different is the way that it's going to change the rural audiences in India and the way they interact with the digital medium. So, for example, we have e-commerce, which is predominantly urban today, but with the advent and the growth of mobile internet and with the growth of micropayments, e-commerce could be a strong area even for the rural market. Whether it is consumer goods, whether it is farming equipment, whether it is seeds and fertilizers, any of those things.